outbreak of disease that spreads quickly and affects many individuals at the same time, if not well managed, could lead to loss of lives. And today on our discussion segment, our focus will be on the outbreak of yellow fever. How prepared is Kwara State? Welcome to your Saturday morning tonic morning safari. Good morning. I am Amina Yusuf. Joining me is
Samson Owojaye, and I welcome you gladly to Morning Safari, your favorite breakfast TV show. And I'm sure viewers at home, you are expectant, and I promise you your expectations will not be cut short as we have bumper packages for you to be excited and educated by today. Starting from newspaper highlights, the fitness where we have gym workout, and then on health importance of sleep, and then on children pause of fury, and then a background report where we're going to be giving you a background report on the topic for today, outbreak of yellow fever, and how prepared is Kwara State. And then next is going to be discussion, and after then entertainment, and after then sports. Right about now, let's take a short time out, and after that we're going to be consecutively picking the segments. Stay tuned.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business, commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA Ilorin, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA Ilorin. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
now starting with the newspaper segment. With me is the Saturday Tribune and the Guardian.
And with me is This Day and Punch.
Starting with the Saturday Tribune, above the masthead. While we formed Association of Blind Hausa People in Oyo, says leader. We have over 100 members with ID cards in Ibadan. The story can be found on page 10. My certificate is worthless. I am a disappointment, says a graduate of Lautech who returned his certificate. The story can be found on page 13. Below the masthead, 2023 PDP's Northern presidential ticket threatens Nigeria's unity, says APC. Says opposition parties' attack on Buhari will make them fail. The story can be found on pages 8 and 25. Police locate family members of man whose skeleton was discovered in Ibadan. The story can be found on page 7. Fayemi elected president of Forum of Governors of Regions, States of Africa. The story can be found on page 7. We say congratulations to him. Buhari blames sabotage for fall in crude oil production. The stories can be found on page 7. 20 burnt to death in Oyo Road accident. This is a sad one. The story can be found on page 5. Bandits attacked traders in Kogi, killed 4. Another sad one. The story can be found on page 6. The American terrorists, sorry for that. The American tourists gave Queen Elizabeth camera to help take photographs, says God. The story can be found on page 2 and 3. King Charles named son William, Prince of Wales. The story can be found on page 6. And at the back of the Saturday Tribune, notes from Atlanta with Farouk Perogi. INEX machination part of 2023 Machiavellianism. If you have interest in any of this headline, get the Saturday Tribune.
Right, on this day, above the nameplate, long live King Charles. 3. New monarch says death of Queen moment of greatest sadness for him and family. Atiku, we will settle our differences internally. That could be found on page 48. A monarch for all ages. The Queen is dead. Aged 96, Buhari world leaders pay tribute to Queen of all seasons. And the biggest caption reveals the picture of the Queen Elizabeth and her slated date of birth and death date. That's April 21, 1926 to September 8, 2022. And behind this day paper, Olabayo 2023 and related matters. For any interest, ensure to grab a copy of yours.
And to The Guardian, below the masthead, 2023, on ease over poor women representation. This story can be found on page 2. And there's a picture story there of King Charles III receiving keys from a lady. And Mahmoud's office kicks as DSS raids in-laws residence. First memorial held in honor of Queen Elizabeth as King Charles III's reign begins today. HIV control, AIDS-free generation reality for Nigeria, says US. And mass immigration that may haunt Nigeria further. Chike, tales of the brother's keeper. And we have never compromised when it comes to investing in yourself. If you have interest in any of these headlines, get The Guardian.
And on Saturday Punch, 20 burned to death in Oyo crash. APC PDP refuse to disclose campaign funding sources. King Charles pledges loyalty, love in maiden address. Oil theft. Navy destroys 347 illegal refineries in 5 months. Seizes 30 billion naira products. Arrests 147 oil thieves. IOCs refused to seal abandoned wells, says naval spokesman. Baby sale booms. Ketal devise means to beat clampdown. Our ex-military chiefs stole 4 billion naira and acquired assets, says ICPC. Hayu dodges Wike, sends NWC members to governor. Men assume I'm violent for running all-female bouncer outfits, says NM. Building collapse. 84 Lagosians killed in 2 years. And for any interest, ensure to grab a copy of yours for any of these papers. And many thanks to Olong Your Paper Stand for their consistency every Saturday.
Nice.
So
on the
what
lineup
next is fitness.
Fitness segment on Morning Safari. My name is Janet Alaufe, and today we are in Smailera Fitness Training Center, and I'll be handing you over to Jaya Mustafa, who is going to be our trainer for today.
My name is Aida Mustafa. I'm a fitness instructor at Smailera Gym. So I'm here to talk about fitness in general. So what you can actually gain from it. And basically, we're inside the gym right now. So we have a lot of equipment here. Then I'll be discussing about the Smith machine. So I'll probably use one person like to give an example of it. This is a Smith machine, and it has many purposes. You can use to work on your legs, your shoulders, your traps, and this is a pull-up pole. You can use to work on your abs and your back. Now we want to do squatting now. Show you this. So let me give you an example of the squatting. So probably say. So now what I'm trying to say now, see now, look at the range of motion. Go down gently and come up. So you get. So that's why you can actually get what you are looking for. So see the range of motion. It's going down, then come gently. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter about the reps, sure you understand, but the most important thing is the body positioning and how you go about it. Sure you get. Okay, thank you very much. So now I'm about to experiment the pull up now. This one is, yeah, I'm about to experiment the pull up now. This one is actually working for my back. So watch. So that's what the pole is also used for. We also have another program again for your abs too. So those are the few things you can do with this pole, and other programs you can do. But I don't want to show you just this two. And this street machine has so many purposes. You can use it for so many programs, like a full body workout. This is a bench press. So now you want to work on his chest. So now, let's go. One, so see, look how it's actually working on chest. And mainly it's attacking the middle chest. So that's where it's working from. So that's the function of this bench press. That's what the bench
that press on the
Now we've come to the end of the fitness segment. Morning Safari continues.
Do you go for gym at all? Gym workout?
You know, I want to be a billionaire, but I've not seen a billionaire who has six-pack.
So they say there's a difference between a six-pack and a three-pack. So you don't want to have anyone.
When somebody's saying that, right, in the studio right now, that there's a difference between six and three, and then there are those that they are six have become 4 packs.
Now,
wonderful.
Also our health segment, importance of sleep.
Yes.
Do you have adequate sleep at all?
Very, very well.
Okay, let's see.
Sleep has been described by the Oxford Dictionary as a condition of body and mind that typically occur for several hours every night, in which the nervous system is relatively inactive, the eyes closed, the postural muscles relaxed, and consciousness practically suspended. These, however, differ from being a coma, as brain is at work to some extent. Our concern in this report is to know how well do people sleep and whether or not do they know the importance of adequate sleep.
Well, for me, I see sleep as a form of rest. So sleeping is very, very important.
It reduces stress and improve the mood for the rest of the day.
A medical practitioner, Dr. Oji, speaks further on the importance of adequate sleep for good health.
Good or proper sleep has in general well-being of an individual. When you sleep properly, the immune system tends to regenerate and fortify itself. It aids memory. The memory is enhanced. Then the muscle take a rest. It reduces stress. Stress is usually one of the pathophysiology of many illnesses, of many disorders of the body. Cardiology, the respiratory system, the cardiovascular systems, and all the other parts of the body. If one sleeps well, there is high tendency that you will live well. You'll be more conscious in mind, in memory, and every other aspect during your daily activities. Otherwise, you have problem, accumulated stress, fatigue, even in thinking. It reduces your productivity. It makes you feel unwell. Some will have symptoms like headache. Some will have symptoms like the vague symptoms like unease with the body. You feel generally stressed, weak, not coordinated. The extreme will be mental disorder. The person occasionally will talk irrationally, will not be able to remember things. The person will feel uncomfortable. So all this points to the fact that it's good for one to rest.
He is also of the opinion that adequate sleep is very important for maintaining well-being of the body. And if you notice you do not have adequate or you oversleep, kindly seek for medical attention.
Adequate sleep.
Important.
I love sleep. When I have to sleep, I sleep.
You love. So how many hours do you need to have adequate sleep?
They said it's 8 hours.
So how sure you have all 8 hours uninterrupted sleep?
Well, sometimes the way I calculate maybe sometimes I sleep in the morning and then afternoon and then I complete it at night.
Join it together.
And then
All right.
join my 8 hours.
What do we have next then?
All right, it's time for the children's segment. Pause of Fury. Let them enjoy the best of their time.
All right.
Stay tuned.
In a world where only cats were living, where the heroes ran in short supply, to a land so harsh and unforgiving, rode a hero, the blazing samurai. When one town was found to be in danger from the evildoers dropping by.
Doggone it! Plan. What I need? Yes. I'll send the worst samurai in the entire world, and they do a terrible job. But where do you look for something truly bad?
Wait, please! I only came to your country to learn to be a samurai!
As if a dog could ever become a samurai. Never. Dog. A dog. Hold your fire! Nice save.
Always happy to lend a hand.
Hi there. Who's a good dog? Yeah, who's a good dog? Who's a good dog?
Does this mean you're not going to kill me?
On the contrary, let's talk about what you can do for me. I am offering to make you the new samurai of Kakamucho.
Kakamucho? What's that?
In the way. But that's not as important as you are at this lucky moment.
Are you sure I'm ready to defend an entire town? Maybe I should start out as a mall samurai or...
What? No. Time to get my new samurai to Kakamucho so you can hurry up and dive right in.
Well, so do I get a badge or a certificate or a, something official like?
There you go. Makes it all official.
Wow, a samurai cup.
Yes, they've all got one. Just show that around. Wow, he's got a cup. He's a samurai. We better do what he says. Well, better get going. That town isn't going to samurai itself.
But I don't know where I'm going.
Don't worry, the horse knows. He's got GPS. Giddy up positioning system.
Why are you sending the dog to defend Kakamucho? They will kill him.
And the orphanage said you would never speak. Yes, they will kill him, and killing an official samurai, why, that's against the law. I would have to arrest all of them, and that would leave no one in the town where I want no one.
You did know where we were going.
It's the latest thing. It's called a gun.
Is it dangerous?
Don't be silly. Guns don't kill cats. Cars and curiosity kill cats.
What's a car?
Careful. You're being curious.
He's coming! He's coming! There he is! The new samurai!
Or a certificate or a, something official like?
There you go. Makes it all official.
Wow, a samurai cup.
Yes, they've all got one. Just show that around. Wow, he's got a cup. He's a samurai. We better do what he says. Well, better get going. That town isn't going to samurai itself.
But I don't know where I'm going.
Don't worry, the horse knows. He's got GPS. Giddy up positioning system.
Why are you sending the dog to defend Kakamucho? They will kill him.
And the orphanage said you would never speak. Yes, they will kill him. And killing an official samurai, why, that's against the law. I would have to arrest all of them, and that would leave no one in the town where I want no one.
You did know where we were going.
It's the latest thing. It's called a gun.
Is it dangerous?
Don't be silly. Guns don't kill cats. Cars and curiosity kill cats.
What's a car?
Careful. You're being curious.
He's coming! He's coming! There he is! The new samurai! The new samurai is a dog!
He's a what?
The new samurai is a dog!
The new samurai is a dog? Welcome to Kakamucho. Okay, here goes nothing.
Welcome back from that cartoon, and I hope our kids at home have enjoyed this cartoon. The continuation will start next week, don't worry, just stay glued to your TV set. Now it's time for our discussion. But before you meet my guest, let's take a background report on the topic, the outbreak of yellow fever. How prepared is Kwara State? Yellow fever, just like every other epidemic, has its historical origin in Nigeria. The earliest outbreak of yellow fever in Nigeria was reported in Lagos in the year 1864. Since then, yellow fever has become a recurring epidemic up till date, and Nigeria is among the high-risk countries for yellow fever. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, continues to monitor reports of yellow fever cases in Nigeria. Yellow fever is an epidemic-prone vaccine-preventable disease caused by a virus transmitted to humans by the bite of an infected mosquito.
Yellow fever is a disease that is very common in the tropical and subtropical region, especially in African countries. Yellow fever virus, which means that it is a viral infection, and it has a very short incubation period, like 3 to 5 days, and it's carried by mosquito. There's almost all type of mosquito, but it's carried by one specific mosquito called Aedes aegypti mosquito.
Yellow fever, just like every other ailment, has its signs, symptoms, causes, preventive measures, and how it could be cured. Many people do not experience symptoms, but when it occurs, the most common ones are fever, muscle pain, backache, headache, loss of appetite, nausea or vomiting, system failure, mainly in the kidney and liver.
When the mosquito bites the individual. It's within 3 to 5 days, the person will develop fever, headache, chilling, muscle ache, back pain. The muscle ache is especially around the neck. So the disease within that does not last more than 5 days to 1 week. It subsides. Majority of people will go without any further symptom, but the one that will develop severe disease may progress into the disease within that after that incubation period. It's just a day after, when the patient will start to be developing fever, jaundice because of damage to the liver, and because of the tampering with the clotting profile of the patient may start to be bleeding from the mouth, nose, intestine, and when they vomit, they vomit blood.
According to research, there is no medicine to treat yellow fever infection. Rather, preventing this ailment is the optimal goal. Vaccination is the single most important measure for preventing yellow fever. The prevention of outbreak can only be achieved if the majority of the populations are immunized.
It is very, very important to prevent rather than to cure. And that is where the government of the day will come into it. It is very, very essential for the government to carry out massive mosquito elimination. The government must have to distribute free mosquito net to the people. The individual must try to be wearing long pants and actually try to add mosquito repellent. If the government is able to do this, provide the mosquito net, make sure that we are eliminating mosquito within the environment, it will go a long way in preventing a yellow fever. There are some countries that make sure that people are vaccinated because there is a good vaccination, whereas there is no cure. Yellow fever is treated symptomatically. When they present, whatever the presentation, you try to treat the patient as the symptoms appears. But there's no cure.
Prevention is the key word. Nigeria is a high-risk country for yellow fever and is recognized as a high-priority country to the Global Eliminate Yellow Fever Epidemics (I) strategy, and therefore each state in Nigeria is trying to combat this ailment. Our guest in the studio will inform us on how prepared Kwara State is in combating yellow fever. Welcome back from the background report. It's time for you to meet my guest, Dr. Kafayat Kofo Ibrahim. She is a public health physician and reproductive health coordinator, Kwara State Ministry of Health. Good morning and welcome to Morning Safari.
Good morning, Hannah. Thank you.
Good morning.
Nice to be with you this morning.
Nice to have you too.
Thank you.
All right, let's start. Educating our viewer is our aim. So let's start from the basis. When we say yellow fever, what do we mean?
Thank you, Amina. Yellow fever, as the name implies, yellow fever, is a viral hemorrhagic disease. We call it viral hemorrhagic disease because it causes bleeding. That hemorrhagic in the layman's word is bleeding. So it's a viral hemorrhagic disease that is caused by the bites of a particular species of mosquito. And as a result of these bites, it results into symptoms like jaundice, fever, abdominal pain, vomiting, and so many other symptoms. And if care is not taken, because it is a disease that is endemic within Nigeria and some other up to 27 African countries, so it is a disease of public health importance, and if care is not taken, it can lead to death. Yes.
Do you have another name for yellow fever?
Yellow fever, that's the name.
There's no any other name?
Yeah, that's the name, yellow fever. Except for the medical terminology, which will not really get it right.
All right.
So it's yellow fever. And the yellow particularly is because it causes yellowish discoloration of the eye. Is a pointer to saying, can this be yellow fever?
Wow. All right, historically, from research that yellow fever has been coming since centuries in Nigeria. How true is this? Because it has become a recurring epidemic in Nigeria. How true is it?
Yeah, it is very, very true. It has been with us for so many years now, for centuries now. In fact, Nigeria is known to be an endemic region for yellow fever. What you mean by endemic means that what a disease that is living with us, that is with us almost all the time. But it becomes an issue when it becomes an epidemic, when we now see that case. And out of that case, usually more than what is expected, then it becomes an epidemic. So it is truly that it has been with us for a long time, and it is still with us.
So educate the viewer on the signs and symptoms of this yellow fever.
Thank you, Amino. Like I said earlier on, usually it comes, the reason why it is so important to look out for it is that it comes in such a way that it mimics other viral diseases, which we also call other viral hemorrhagic diseases. So it is not as if it has a specific symptoms like that. So generally what we have is fever, a person that comes out with fever, abdominal pain, vomiting, jaundice, which is a likely pointer to yellow fever. That is yellowish discoloration of the eye. So we try to rule out other possible causes of those symptoms that I talked about to know whether it's yellow fever or not. And this is usually done by a laboratory test that will now confirm.
Instead of staying at home giving them self-medication,
they should go
to the hospital.
They should go to the hospital for further investigation to know what it is particularly. Although I don't want to jump, but from what you mentioned now, that if anything like that happens, they should go to the hospital. Yes, because we realize that because of the symptoms usually mimic other symptoms as well. So our people do not really know when it is yellow fever. That is why we have what we call a surveillance system in place. This surveillance system is surveillance is like searching for something. So in medical terms, we call it surveillance. We are searching for possible cases or suspected cases of yellow fever. So this we have at the state level, at the local government level, at the health facility level, as well as at the community level, to look out for possible suspected cases. We don't call it a case until the test is being done. So they are all suspected cases, all the symptoms, suspected cases, and it will be looked into thoroughly. And if there is need for them to get a sample to actually confirm if it is yellow fever or not, we do that and we send to Abuja for confirmation. We call that test PCR.
From research, it shows that there is no medication that cures yellow fever per se. So how do you control the outbreak?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Yes, you are right that there is no medication, particular medication for it. Like we say for malaria, we say you take anti-malaria drug, isn't it? So there is nothing like anti-yellow fever drug. So how do we go about this? The main thing that is in place, that the Kwara State is doing, Kwara State government is doing, that the country as a whole is doing, is what we call routine yellow fever vaccination. This is usually done for given to children less than 1 year. So it is already incorporated into our routine immunization. Other routine immunization, the tuberculosis, measles, pneumonia. So yellow fever is also part of routine immunization. And once this is given to a child less than 1 year, it confers a lifelong immunity. Immunity that is the body will be able to, even if the infection comes in, the body will be able to fight it and will not result into any serious illness. So we have that in place. And for the case of whereby maybe when we have an epidemic of yellow fever, we also do what we call mass vaccination campaign, in which we look at the area where the case is being suspected and people within that area will be vaccinated. So majorly where we eat it is the use of yellow fever vaccination for the population. If this is done, apart from conferring immunity to that individual, we also call something herd immunity, such that by the time a higher proportion of people in the community have that vaccination in place, it will automatically protect the general population from getting yellow fever. So there is no drug, but there is a way to prevent it. And prevention is better than cure. When we prevent it, we don't even need a drug to treat it.
All right.
And in the meantime, for people now who now comes down with yellow fever, it is we treat based on the symptoms that comes out with it, based on the abdominal pain, fever, bleeding. All those ones are conservative management based on what we have is what we treat.
So you said if you observe that in a particular area there's an outbreak of yellow fever, you go to vaccinate them. What if they've taken vaccine before? So do they need a second vaccine?
Usually we take we try to take history of vaccination through probably looking at their vaccination card and also from history. But most of the time, those areas where we end up having cases of yellow fever, we get to realize that most of the people there, it is because majority of the population did not have that yellow fever vaccine when they should have it. That is why one or two persons are coming home with the disease. You know, I told you that once a large proportion of the community has their vaccine, it gives the own of the community and immunity to it. That is what we call herd immunity. So most of the time, where cases like this occur, we realize that there is no vaccination history. So automatically we give.
So vaccination is the only hope we have to solve this epidemic. Then how prepared is Kwara State on this?
Okay, thank you very much. Kwara State is always on deck at the forefront to prevent, and if any case come around, to also respond appropriately. So the first thing that the Kwara State is doing is to ensure that we have yellow fever vaccine at all times in all our health facilities, because the number one way to prevent yellow fever disease is to vaccinate children less than 1 year. So yellow fever vaccination, we call it routine yellow fever vaccination, is in place in all the health facilities. Then that is one. I also mentioned the reactive mass vaccination campaign. If any case come up, we also do a mass vaccination campaign. Then we talk about environmental sanitation, because we said that the vector, the thing that is involved in the transmission of this yellow fever is what we call mosquito. It is not the mosquito of malaria, it's another species of mosquito. So we also ensure that we educate our people on the need to prevent mosquito bites, to also sleep under long-lasting insecticide mosquito nets, as well as prevent stagnation of water. So all this is an health education that is also going on. Then again, we have our surveillance system, which is very, very strengthening. This surveillance system is searching for. We don't sit back and say until the case comes to meet us. We move into the community to search for possible suspected cases of yellow fever. So at the level of the state level, we have the state epidemiologist, we have the state deputy epidemiologist, we have the disease surveillance notification officer. Then at the local government level, across the 16 LGA, we have surveillance officers too, that goes out at the LGA level. Then at all facility level, under all our LGA, we have what we call surveillance focal officers, in which they go into the hospital where they work to see possible patient that comes in that presents with symptoms that are similar to yellow fever, so they fish it out. Then we now move to the community level. At the community level, we also have the people who we call community volunteers, in which they listen, they go around. You know, community volunteers, they are not necessarily health workers, but they are people living among our people in the community. So they are volunteers. They are ready. We have already trained them on what to look out for. So they ask questions. They also look out for it. If there is any suspected cases, somebody is having jaundice, yellow fever, and all that, this will be passed across, move up, cascade to the facility focal person attached to that community. The facility focal person will also cascade it to the local government in which the facility is under, because you know I told you that we also have surveillance officer at the local government level. Then this will now move to the state level. So across board, the states give frequent capacity building to train them on what to know. They do frequent meetings. We also have what we call epidemic preparedness and response committee. This, what they do is that they have a plan, a document in place, and what they do is that they meet frequently. When they meet, they look at how prepared the state is at all time. They also look at their surveillance system. Is it still strong? Is it going as it should be? What are those gaps? Such that if any of this case comes, we are prepared and we are ready to respond.
Come back to that.
To prevent the spread.
Wow, that means Kwara State has prepared for this epidemic. So let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Morning Safari, your breakfast Saturday morning magazine show, is available for your patronage. From all shades of opinion to exciting and exclusive interview of personalities, corporate bodies and organizations, for your business and social engagement, event coverage, product launch and rebranding, annual general meetings, we are at your beck and call. You can as well advertise and promote your business, commercial activities, hotel and tourism, entrepreneurship development, and many more are all at our services. Contact us today. The numbers to call are Bola 080-565-30106, Tony 080-349-71969, or visit us at our office, NTA Ilorin, along Fatih Road, Ilorin. You can log on to our social streaming platform live on www.facebook.com/NTA Ilorin. Morning Safari, we serve you better.
And welcome back. So let's continue. After all this preparation you have to combat yellow fever.
So before we continue, I also missed out something.
Okay.
In what the government, state government is also doing.
All right.
Because it's an endemic disease, and I also said that it's a disease of international concern, and must mention it because of its ability to spread across border to non-endemic places. So any traveler in Nigeria, because it's an endemic place, and other countries that yellow fever is also endemic, they ensure that that traveler is vaccinated with yellow fever and you'll be issued a yellow card. So this will that will prevent cross-border spread and international spread to the place our people are visiting.
Yellow fever, yellow card.
Yes.
Okay, what if someone is vaccinated twice? Does it have a side effect?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
And before a person will be vaccinated twice, I told that usually vaccination is less than a year. And of course, when that person is traveling out after so many years, there is need for a repeat of vaccination to get the yellow card. And this does not come with any effect. And then of course, almost all vaccination also have what we call their own side effects. Those side effects are minimal and can be treated. Like the body, you know, is a foreign thing that is being introduced into the body. So the body tries to react a little because the body is something that is foreign, like fever, headache, and such analgesic can be given. But we call something adverse event following immunization. So we also look at this, and yellow fever is not exempted. If there is reports of such case, which also occur in 1 in 100 or 1,000 cases, and if there is such case, it is also reported, and there is a way they look through that to look out for the possible causes of what we call AEFI, adverse event following immunization.
All right. Briefly, before we go, educate our viewers on how to prevent themselves before the government do anything.
Okay, thank you, Amina. So what I would love to say is that I want our people to know that the state government is ready at any time to ensure that the safety and health of our people is paramount to them. But at the same time, we also need to to educate ourselves on how to prevent having yellow fever. The first important thing is to get vaccination. Once your child is born, you go to the health facility. There is a routine at birth, at 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 14 weeks, 6 months, and 9 months. There are various vaccinations, not only yellow fever, but yellow fever is included. Ensure your child is vaccinated. Ensure your child gets a complete vaccination and issue a certificate for a complete vaccination. With that, yellow fever is also included, and it offers lifelong immunity. Then, because we said that it's also transmitted through mosquito bites, so we need to also ensure that we prevent mosquito bites. What can we do? Our government also distribute long-lasting insecticide treated nets that we should sleep under it. Then we also ensure that our environmental sanitation, our environment is clean, and prevent stagnation of water. With all this, I want to assure us that we are safe from contracting the disease. And as well as another important thing is that when you notice any symptoms that is similar to what I've mentioned, fever, jaundice, abdominal pain, bleeding from any part of the body, please report, go to the nearest health facility to seek for help.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kafayat Kofo Ibrahim. Thank you for coming, and thank you for enlightening us.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been speaking with Dr. Kafayat Kofo Ibrahim, a public health physician and reproductive health coordinator of Kwara State Ministry of Health. You've heard that she has explained to us on how to prevent yellow fever and what the government is doing to ensure we have a healthy living. Next on our lineup is entertainment with Mansurat Abisui.
Oh yeah, this one, what's this?
It is a bus.
One time, anything you wish me, that be a passion. Bad man no the walker, man no be God. Make them the talker, that's what they fly like helicopter. Nobody grace of God and inshallah with them move. Question, but they no get the answer. Questions, but they no get the answer. When I look at you, first time I take a picture with you. Now my cassava where you they look. I cannot see what you do. She want me go get a while like Jesu. Got to money console. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Man no be God. Make them the talker. That's what they fly like helicopter. Nobody grace of God and inshallah with them over. Question, but they no get the answer.
Hello, it's another beautiful Saturday morning for entertainment segment on Morning Safari. I am Montserrat Abiseye, and today I will be taking you on a trip into the entertainment world. So I want you all to sit tight and fasten your seatbelt. But before we move, let's go on a short break. I will be back.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is entertainment segment on Morning Safari, and we are about going on a trip into the entertainment world. I believe you've all fastened your seatbelt, so let's go. Wizkid announces release date for new single Back to Me. Afrobeat megastar Wizkid has announced the date for his next release via his Instagram account. He revealed that he will be dropping his new single on September 14th. The new single is said to be his first, since he added 4 new tracks to Made in Lagos for the Deluxe, and the news has sparked excitement amongst fans who have been eagerly waiting for new music from the Grammys winner. Where are the Machala fans? The real Wizkid SC. I know you'll be so excited to hear this, so you all should be anticipating the new song from Machala, Back to Me. Moving on to the next gist. Veteran Yoruba movie star and celebrity couple celebrated their 18th wedding anniversary with some sweet moments. Veteran Yoruba actor and producer Afiz Owo Abiodun and his wife Mide Martins Abiodun marked their 18th wedding anniversary, and to make it special, Afiz took to his social media timeline to share a throwback picture of himself and his wife. He also shared a cute video of them having fun, and it is a double celebration for them, as they also released their new movie. Oh, God, when love is sweet when you are with the right person. And to the couple, I say happy anniversary. Moving on to my last gist. No matter the matter, I will be rich till I die, Kiss Daniel declares as he teases with snippets of new song. Popular singer and songwriter Kiss Daniel is set to take over the Nigerian music industry once again, as he said to drop a new single dubbed Rich Till I Die, RTID. In a tweet via his official handle, the singer declared that no matter what happens, he would be rich till he dies, and he also shared a snippet of his new project, which is scheduled to be released on September 30. Wow. No matter the matter, I will be rich till I die. This sounds not like a prayer point. No matter the matter, I shall matter where it matters. Anyways, we all should be anticipating a new Bedu from Vado the Great, Kiss Daniel. And this will be the end of our trip into the entertainment world for today. I believe you enjoyed the trip as much as I do. And to the sports lovers, the next segment is well packaged for your enjoyment. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Welcome to your favorite breakfast show, Morning Safari. I am Alfredo Gemi. On our lineup of stories for today, Manchester United have slumped to a 1-0 defeat at the hand of Real Sociedad in the opening round of their Europa League campaign. After a barren first half that saw Cristiano Ronaldo's header ruled out for offside, Brias Mendes fired Real Sociedad into the lead from the spot. In the 58th minute, after Alessandro Martinez was penalized for handball in the box. At Zurich, Arsenal defeated FC Zurich 2-1. Marquinhos put the Gunners ahead in the 16th minute, but Zurich leveled up courtesy of Maryland Kiazu, who converted from the spot just before halftime. But Arsenal will run away victors as Eddie Nketiah scored the winner in the 62nd minute. A moment of silence was held by Arsenal and Manchester United to pay respect to Queen Elizabeth II, who died on Thursday at the age of 96. Graham Potter was appointed as Chelsea's new manager on Thursday after leaving Brighton to replace the sacked Thomas Tuchel at Stamford Bridge. Potter has agreed on a 5-year contract to take charge of the Premier League club, who praises progressive football and innovative coaching. The country's under-19s boys volleyball team yesterday defeated their Cameroon counterpart 3-1 in the semi-finals of the ongoing volleyball championship holding in Morocco. The match played at El Jadida saw the Nigerian team put up a brilliant display against Cameroon, winning in 4 sets. Nigeria world record holder Toby Amos set a new record on Thursday as she won another trophy after finishing 12.29 seconds to successfully defend her Diamond League title. She won the women's 100 meters hurdles at this year's Diamond League in Zurich. Kendra Harrison of the United States, Britton Edderson of Jamaica finished second and third respectively behind the champion. The 25-year-old had in August won the gold medal in the women's 100 meter hurdles at 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. And that's all on sports segment for this week.
Wait lifting. Have you tried anyone there?
I don't have to try it. I don't think
And
it's
our
necessary.
queen is gone.
Queen is gone.
Queen
Rest
is gone. Rest
in
on.
peace,
Rest in
queen,
peace. Oh, it's
queen,
not easy.
Queen. We
But
miss
she
you.
is the longest reigning queen.
96
She tried.
years and she lived so long.
Do you know, I thought I'm going to be like, just want to be the queen.
Queen of where?
Anywhere. All right, on that note, you should know that health is wealth. Get vaccinated and prevent yourself from yellow fever. From me, Amina Yusuf, is remain healthy.
And from my side, Samson Owojaye. See you next week. Goodbye.